Good evening, adventurers. How are we tonight?
Hi, good.
Doing well, doing well.
It's
Hi.
it's Saturday night, or in some cases Sunday morning. Gotta love the time travel. But I've had quite the run so far, haven't we? We started off with being recruited by a butler named Pennyworth in a unique house and deposited into the wonderful land of Barovia, lorded over by a certain Strahd Vanzorovich. Our party had taken a walk through the woods, so to speak, through Barovia in search of information on their destination for their assignment. They have been tasked to find a rare item that seems to only come up every 13 years or so. And they've managed to go from the village of Barovia to the town of Vallaki, taking in the sights as their tour guide Titus led them along. And they came across a couple of interesting individuals, the first one being in the town of Vallaki, who gave them all they knew prior to that was they needed to go to the land of Zeresh, which had lost its connection to most customary travel across the plains. The only way to get there currently is to go through the land of Barovia. But they needed a destination within Zeresh that they had to go to. In Vallaki, they met an individual who gave them that information. The town of Paradon in Zeresh. Using the amulet with the Find Path spell, the party took a walk through the woods in the mist, avoiding being called into the mist or on whatever might happen in the land of Barovia, and they managed to go through the mountains with a brief pit stop with a very curious old man. As they passed through the mist and passed through the mountains, they came into the land of Zeresh. As they were coming into Zeresh, they noticed that the city of Paradon was in sight, and the city was very unlike what most of them have been used to seeing. This tall buildings, cobblestone streets, gas lamps, but the fog is still pervasive throughout the city. They were wandering around the city, trying to get a guise of what's going on, seeing all manner of races and very peculiar attire compared to themselves. A lot of them would wear these kind of cloaks and top hats for the men. The ladies wore these dresses, and most all of them had some type of hat that we're wearing. Is very, very much reminiscent of like a Victorian London type of environment. And they were trying to figure out some place to go and some lodgings. And as they were progressing through, they got into pretty late at night. And while they were sitting there, they were hearing the chimes of the bells as the large clock tower struck the hour of midnight. As they were standing there, the streets are fairly quiet. I mean, there's a little bit of traffic still going on, but the mist is pervasive. The fog is only giving you about 6-foot visibility. As you hear the bells, and there's some chattering, all of a sudden you hear a scream. A woman's shrill cry of terror pierces the fog-shrouded night. The cry is cut short at its peak, then followed by a low gurgle. This is what the party heard at the end of our last session. And now, what is it the party wishes to do?
If there was lost in her own thought in our looking around to this city, which looks so new to her, and then the scream jolted her out of it. Like, did you guys hear that?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of look at each other.
Yeah.
I'd be looking at. Do you guys hear that? Should
This
we?
sounds a bit interesting. We might want to go look.
It's interesting.
Did you want to investigate? I will lead up the party if you'd like.
Sounds good to me.
Good.
I'll follow you behind.
All right. Tarvos, since you are in the lead, I would like you to go ahead and give me a survival check, please, sir.
Let's see. Ooh, natural 20. Holy cow,
Nice. Nice.
May this be the tone of this
yeah, you're right.
Wonderland 3.
That's fantastic.
With the natural 20, you're able to kind of lock in and telling that the sound is not very far away. It's actually fairly close. You get a good bead on the direction that you go. So you charge off in that direction, making sure your companions are in tow. And as you round a corner, illuminated by the dim light of the distant street lantern, a black cloaked figure crouches over a body. Sensing your presence, he whirls to face you. The man's face is splattered with blood. Under a high-top hat, his wild, feral eyes are matched by a tangled mane of black hair and a thick beard. Flickering lantern light glints off the body, off of the bloody blade he holds in his left hand. It is a wicked-looking knife, gleaming steel, with an elaborately carved oval guard. With a guttural growl, the man makes a superhero leap into a waiting carriage. As the coachman's head turns, you catch a glimpse of a dark, brooding face, long and narrow and with a dripping mustache. Like the bearded man, the coachman wears a black cape and a black top hat. With a sharp call and a crack of the whip, the coachman jolts the carriage into motion. Its wheels rattle on the cobblestone as it gains speed.
We have time to try to jump onto this carriage.
You can certainly try. Go ahead and give me an athletics.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's a 6.
You go and you see him jump on there. You hear the crack as you immediately pounce into action, and as you leap to try and get it, you come short and you land as the coach is. And when you look up, the coach is already 30 feet and moving.
Do I have any idea what that creature was? I mean, I know, but does Tavros know?
Tavra, well, you can give me an investigation check.
Yeah, I'd like to, if that's okay.
Okay.
You gotta help them.
Not a natural 20, a 2.
Humanoid. As far as you can tell,
okay,
it looks like you might be human. That's about the best you can get.
That's my
Actually 3, but it's, yeah, whatever.
That's how my outlet was. I rolled a 7.
So as you guys are as Tavros is investigating and Pearl is attempting to leap, I'm kind of looking at what's going on, but also knowing that we heard it, someone else heard it, so I don't know how long we want to stay here to
That's a
be.
good idea, yeah.
Because I mean, we're fairly heavily armed, and we don't match the area.
Yeah.
So
That's actually a really good idea.
we might want to step back, maybe not stay, but see what happens. So we kind of get an idea, find a place to hide, maybe up.
Is the person
somewhere?
completely dead? No saving?
Oh yeah, is she breathing? Can I investigate that? Can I see? If she...
You can roll a medicine check, Carragher.
Okay. 4.
We're doing great right now.
Again, please donate to Extra Life to give these wonderful adventures.
Gotta be
Ilya
one of
will
those
check.
nights.
Ilya will try to check the body
All
and see what the cause of death, the wounds.
right. Go ahead. Go ahead and give me a. Well, you want to look over the body to see the young woman's body lies twisted on the cobblestone. Her throat is neatly slit, revealing bone and muscle. The wound gapes like a second smile. From the look of the woman's face, she must have been driven to the brink of insanity before death freed her.
Yeah, we need to go because I have a lot of swords, and if someone sees me, I'm gonna get arrested.
Yeah.
Okay. Knowing she can't do anything about her, she will nods to Kerrigan and walks away.
It's kind of like that.
I didn't see anything.
Let's go.
This town is very dangerous.
Yes. Do we? My thought would I'd be like to move around and like try and find a spot to see if anyone comes to kind of see what's going on. Cause or
Go ahead and give me a perception check. And while you're doing that, I will turn over to address the chat. Yes, the HP bar down there will typically help the DM, and that could be a bonus or a bonus or a bane to the party, depending on how they're doing. But right now, because we're doing the Extra Life charity, any donation to Extra Life will help the party. Donations of $15 will give the party advantage on a dice roll of their choice. $25 will give the party a D6 inspiration die. $100 donations will give the party 1d4 plus 1 healing potions. And considering their encounter with the direwolves just a couple nights ago, healing potions would be a good thing.
What are you talking about? That went swimmingly.
It did. It went great.
You survived. That's the point.
Exactly, you see? That's
Then
all you can hope for in Barovia.
Any combat you walk away from is a good combat, right?
Exactly.
I'll just be happy we're not level 1 anymore. That'll help.
That being said, so we have the body, we have the dead woman on the ground here. You and Carragher, you're going to roll a perception check to kind of get an idea of what's going on around.
11.
You got an 11.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In the distance, there is a little bit of a ruckus. As it sounds like there is some type of an establishment that is still open right now. It's maybe about 100 to 150 feet away from you right where you're currently standing. And there are a few passerbys on the street who were also kind of coming to investigate the sound. So what is it you wish to do?
Not be seen standing over the body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Walk away nonchalantly.
Help if we can and go to the nearest crowded area, like you were saying, that tavern or whatever. Hi, kitties. Obviously, I like kitties.
He wants to play, so.
All right. So we're not going to investigate. What are we going to do? Are we going to move toward the establishment? Or what do you guys wish to do?
Sure.
Which
seems
direction
like...
are the people coming to investigate? Like, are they coming from the establishment towards it?
There are a couple who there are a few people you can kind of hear. You can't really see too well because of the fog, but you do hear some footsteps coming from a couple of different directions. So it's all a matter of what you choose to do, and what is your intent.
Are they hurried footsteps or is it like a slow
they're
pace?
brisk. They're a brisk pace
Okay.
coming to. Because again, it's running blindly in the fog doesn't tend to work out very well.
No. But I mean, is it? I guess it sound. Does it sound like something he's running towards the body as opposed to walking?
Oh yes, there are a few footsteps that do kind of the way they're hitting on the cobblestone is it tells you it's somebody who's walking with purpose.
Okay, cool.
Are we good enough actors that we can stand there and be like, "What just happened?" Or do we?
Oh my God! Look.
Shadows are running opposite direction the people are coming from.
Yeah.
I suggest we should bend with the crowd.
A door
That's a good
slams
idea.
in the distance, followed by raised voices and the sound of many feet at the far end of an alley. Several dim lights bob and hazily through the mist. So there is a group that is coming to investigate. There is definitely a group coming to investigate within the next few moments.
Away.
Already gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we step back because you can only see, like you said, 6 feet more or less into the mist, right?
Yeah, you don't
So
have a lot of
because-
visibility.
Yeah, so if we step back like 10, 15 feet and then wait for the party to get up and then join them, maybe it'll just kind of look like we were already there.
Okay. That is.
I'm asking everybody else in the party if that's.
Oh yes.
I'm asking everybody else in the party if that's a good idea.
That we're kind of that we're hopefully we can get some more information that way. Possibly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That was
pull
my
the
thought.
At
pull
least
the
know
hoods up
about-
and back against the wall and
What were you saying, Ilvia? What were you saying, Ilvia?
Oh, maybe we can get at least something about this city.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Thank you, Sakura. That is another 25 donation to Extra Life. You guys get another D6 inspiration die to use. So at count at the start of this episode, you each had two. You each now have 2 D6 inspiration that you can use for a roll of your choice, and you
Cool.
have the option to roll advantage on a roll advantage on a roll of your choice, not counting the D6 inspiration. So you have 3 modifications to your dice rolls should you choose to use them when appropriate.
Hey, for the kids.
Yes, for the kids!
For the kids!
I know I cannot promise Grigori will pop up here. Sorry.
I wish.
All right.
yeah, step back and let him
yeah,
kinda,
yeah.
All right, so you're going to kind of move back, and then when this group comes, you're going to try and just kind of...
Stealthily join them.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
The 6.5 foot tall Minotaur is going to try to stealthily join the party. I'm sure that'll go over well.
We'll find out. We'll see what the dice say. You can't think of it that easy.
Wait, first, and then integrate myself so that way I'm not integrating myself at the same time.
Okay, so the idea is to back away, and then when this group comes, you're going to act natural.
Yep.
Act
Yeah.
natural. Gotcha. A dozen people appear through the fog, lanterns held high. They approach to within a few yards, then stop, frozen in their tracks by the sight before their eyes. So, you guys are kind of trying. They are come up and they see this this body. Of course, they are taken aback by that. 5 figures stride out of the fog towards you. Hold off on that. You guys are this party comes, so you guys are going to try and kind of blend in. So I would like each of you to roll a deception.
Deception. Oh, I'm gonna use my D6 on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of mine on that too.
Oh, I wish I had.
You wish you wish you could.
I wish I had used it. I should have stated that I was going to before I rolled, but I didn't. So,
No, until you
I
tell
rolled-
me the result, I will let you roll that d6.
Oh, kidoki. I will take that.
It's kind of one of those things when you want to do that. If it's one of those, once you tell me the result, you cannot change it. So if you feel the need to add your d6, add a d6 to the roll, or if it's that bad you want to burn both of them on the same roll, I understand.
I would like to use the one.
Okay.
One of my inspirations.
All right. Now,
Which didn't help much, but it helps.
okay, Carragher, what did you get?
8. That was with the inspiration.
That was with the inspiration.
Yeah.
Pearl? Say that again, you kind of froze.
15.
15. Okay.
Nothing's inspiration.
Eula?
Ilfia just get 4 with inspiration.
Oh, Jesus.
I feel so bad about my 8 now.
Tarbos?
10 with inspiration.
All right, you know what? Here, we're just go ahead, just put the hand on us.
Go forward.
Just go ahead. Do you want us to put them on, or do you want to put them on for us? I mean, we'll just like. Oh, man.
So, as you try to nonchalantly act like you're investigating this for the first time, You don't quite come off with the level of shock, with the exception of Pearl. Pearl is the only one who looks convincing compared to the rest of you. As such, as you're kind of standing there, and 5 figures stride out of the fog towards you, a man in chainmail and 4 armed guards. The lead man steps forward, his clean-shaven features, probably quite handsome, if he'd received the blow that broke his nose, or before he received the blow that broke his nose. Leaving so soon? We've hardly gotten to know you. You see this individual is kind of standing there. He's got the most everyone has like a long coat, cape on the back, and he seems somewhat of a person of authority.
I'm ignoring him because I'm expecting to not be addressing me, so I'm looking at the body and ignoring him.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. You were a little too far from the mic for me to hear it.
I said I'm basically ignoring him in the sense I'm expecting him that he's not addressing me because he didn't say a certain person. So I'm focusing on the body and reacting like they are.
Okay. They're all kind of looking at the 4 of you. Obviously, you just because you happen to be with the 3 of them.
I told you I came in after.
You came in, but you're still with them. You're still in proximity. So they are all looking at you.
What? What?
What happened?
What do you want?
That's the first time I've ever seen that body in my entire life. I just arrived here with all of you.
Try and deceive that again. Try and give me that deception, Tarvos.
I'm just going on what I've got before.
And it will be a helper for us. Like, yeah, we just come from the street, from that direction.
It's better. 17.
Okay. He kind of looks at you and listens to what Yulia says, and you all seem new here. Do you know anything about what happened?
We heard the scream and came running.
Did you see anything or anyone?
We saw a long, black-haired individual who jumped into a carriage of some sort and took off. I think he may have a scar or something. I'm not sure if I saw that properly.
He looks to his men and looks back to you. It's like, and which direction did they go?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Kerrigan's pointing.
Do I know?
Yeah, I'm pointing whichever direction they went.
Oh, yeah, you all kind of clearly saw they away from you, continuing down the street.
Okay.
So he looks to a couple of his men and kind of gives them the signal, and they start to kind of head down to see if maybe they can search for something more. And it's just, and looks to the rest of you, and it's like, anything else you wish to share?
I don't mean to be rude. This is the first time we've ever met. I don't know who you are. May I ask your name, sir?
Yes. My name is Inspector Logan. I am with the local constabulary.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Inspector. I am Tavros. These are my friends. We've just arrived in this town. And we saw the body, and that's what happened.
All right.
This is common happen in this city. Such murder.
This is probably not the place to speak. I would suggest you lot head over to the twins establishment around the corner here, and wait there for a few minutes for us to kind of assess the scene. I will come and speak with
Right, but we did not do this.
you. Did.
Being thorough.
But there's a time and a place for such conversations. This is not the place. So
What is the
please.
name of the? Sorry. go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
What is the name of the place we are looking for?
You said 2 twins, didn't you?
Sorry, I didn't know if you said it or not.
It's the twin. He refers to it as the twins establishment.
The twins.
It is a. Checking here my notes. I know I have it.
Sure.
There's a pub that's around the corner. The Twin Sons Pub.
Cool.
It's he kind of points you over. It's around the corner, about 150 feet. And which is kind of in line with the noises that you heard, Carragher, a little bit ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he basically advises you to go, all of you, to go there and to wait for a moment and just to wait for him right there before so he can speak with you. He has to address the scene right here. So what is it you all wish? What do you all choose to do?
I'll not. Sorry.
But that would also make me look suspicious. But as a pirate, I don't generally get along with authority figures of any kind. So I'm kind of like,
He doesn't seem aggressive, and that's why I'm willing to go there.
Yeah, he seems like an authority figure, so I would
But
definitely follow him.
I'm going to find the shadow spot just in case.
I'll
Alright.
follow your guys' lead. Hesitantly.
Okay. So you all head over, and as you step into this pub, it is a fairly busy place, even though it is midnight. And the inside, you see a pair of elves, very dark-skinned elves. One has his hair in kind of a ponytail in the back. The other one has a very close cropped kind of haircut. And they're both working behind the bar. And as you look at them, you notice that the two look to be twins, which hence gives the name to the establishment. And there's people in there drinking and chattering. It's not like rowdy like what you're used to in like port towns or anything like that. But it's, it's a drink. It's a place people are enjoying their drink. So you guys come in, able to kind of find a table and kind of sit there. What do you wish to do while you're inside the pub?
We're just waiting and stuff. What's on the table?
Right now, nothing's really on the table. There's a waitress who comes by and asks if you all would like something to drink. So you can order a drink.
If you order a drink, a specialty of this place.
Ale is typically what we have.
You wouldn't happen to have milk at all, would you?
No.
I'm sorry, you made me laugh.
You'll have to excuse my friend. She doesn't drink.
I never
I
said it.
see.
I know. I'm just saying that.
You have wine of any kind?
So we might have a bottle or two. Yes.
And bread and cheese?
Yes.
Just some light fare?
A few snacks, so to speak. Wine,
know that-
ale.
Is this an inn as well as a tavern, or is
No.
it?
This is strictly a pub. If you were looking for someplace to stay the night, an inn of some type, those would be another location.
Can you recommend any place for us?
As you kind of say that, a gentleman kind of steps up, and he steps up to you and introduces himself as Koth Rigsby. He happens to be the proprietor of a place called the Twilight Yawn Lodging House, a place with rooms that you can stay.
The Twilight. What is it?
Yeah, Twilight Yawn,
Nice.
YAWN Lodging House.
Excellent. Thank you. Cool. Yep. Thank you.
The waitress steps away and grabs your drinks, brings them back. A little while later, Inspector Logan comes in. He's got a couple of his guards with him, and he spots you and comes over to you and takes a seat with you and kind of looks about. And then it's like, so you say you saw someone leap onto a carriage and rush off from the scene?
Yes.
Anything else you can remember seeing?
He had a beard and long hair.
A coat.
Okay.
There was a lot of blood. I'm not 100% sure what he was doing, but it didn't look very friendly.
Odd knife too.
Yes,
Knife, you
yes,
say?
that as well.
Like
A knife, you say?
Mhm.
He sits there and contemplates for a moment. And sits there and then looks and almost like he shakes his head a moment. It's like, you picked a strange time to visit the city.
Why is that?
Wow. He looks about, leans in a little closer. It seems like the murders are starting. This is something that seems to happen, and you happen to be at the wrong, or the particular place and particular time for one of these murders to start or to occur. What do you know?
Have there been previous murders?
Yes, it seems they happen every 13 years or so.
Did Can I offer him? So when they brought the food and stuff over, did she bring me the whole bottle of wine or just a glass?
She brought you a glass.
Yes. I was just like, if she brings me the bottle and I offer him some wine,
He
he'd be like, let's.
he politely would decline, as he's technically still on duty,
Okay.
so he's not going to kind of do that. But he has a very serious kind of and concerned look, and he's trying to eye each of you up and take a good measure of each of you and your responses and your reactions to what he's saying.
He probably would have noticed that I kind of perked up when he mentioned 13 years.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start telling him. Just because I will.
What are you telling him?
That we're actually here because it's been 13 years.
Why you say that?
He's now interested as to, okay, you're here because of the murders?
No, not because of the murder. Not so told of that. We're looking for something that can only be found every 13 years. We were not told that of any of the details.
Well, obviously this is now an active investigation, so I cannot sit here and reveal too much, but I must inquire. I must advise that you do not leave the city, and I must ask, where is it that you could be found in case there are more questions?
Well,
We
we're planning.
Or maybe you can perhaps provide us with such a place to stay, because we just here in the city.
So you haven't.
Literally just walked into the city.
You,
And you heard the scream.
you literally just arrived. You have not found lodgings yet.
No.
The first bit.
Well, we did just talk to a fellow. His name was Koth Radagast, I believe his name was. Koth Rigsby, yes. He owns the Twilight Yawn lodging house. I believe we just met him, but that's about as much as we've gotten so far. We haven't actually gone there.
Well, I would suggest in your best interest that you go there, and that you make yourself available in case I have more questions as this investigation continues. And with that, he stands up, bids you all good night, and then heads out and leaves the pub with his 2 guards, presumably to continue the investigation into the murder. So now you all are kind of sitting there with your drinks and your thoughts as the pub is continuing to have its merriment, and eventually it does start to quiet down. That you wish to discuss?
I don't like this.
He wasn't aggressive to us, but I don't care for the way he answered either.
Should trust figures of law. They know the best, I promise you. He meant the best for us.
Always. I don't.
Not always, but it seems that he was genuinely interested in helping us.
We're getting answers from us.
Well, that is his job. He's an inspector.
But we're not under arrest, so
That's a good start.
yes.
Mhm.
I mean,
And
what else are we gonna do? We know we need to be here anyways, so maybe we should sleep on it. And
Yeah.
We can maybe once we get to the inn, we can ask around, see if we can figure out some way to find this item.
start fresh in the morning. I don't know, but it's. I mean,
and I don't think wandering in this city after all this happened is a good idea.
I didn't say wander. I said ask around, meaning in the inn, ask around.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't believe wandering around the city is a good idea at all.
so to the inn.
So I'm not talking to the inn.
I will follow you.
Off. I
Maybe
don't
after
like-
this ale and the snacks.
Yes. Please, let's finish our drinks first.
Yes, it's been a long day, and you
Yeah,
are
that's why I was
you
like,
are
food.
famished.
she just that's how she is. She just kind of wanders off. I mean, she didn't have a drink. She didn't order one because she didn't have milk. So just kind of wandering off.
So as you kind of look about, you notice that this is a kind of a high ceiling drinking house. Of course, there's like a few dozen people in there, and you see the 2 gentlemen behind the bar pouring wine and ale into flagons, and waitresses are kind of bringing it around and keeping it flowing. You guys kind of get to partake in snacks and drinking, and it gets in soon. It's about to be 3 a.m. in the morning.
Let's find this inn.
Yeah, time for bed for this.
At this point, it's also the twins are kind of, and the waitresses are kind of ushering everyone out, because if the song had existed at that time, it would be playing.
Let's call.
Can
Let's
sing it for you.
call for alcohol.
Alcohol.
I went.
So as you guys all exit, Koth comes up to you and reintroduces himself and says, "Well, if you wish to stay, I imagine staying at my lodging house is a good idea. Please follow me. I'll lead you right to it. It's always good to help new patrons."
Did he come up before I left the door? Because I'm just saying, because I did leave like right away before they
Can
finished.
Can I
This
roll a
is as you guys are kind of there, and you think about it. If you think about it, you're standing in the street. It's the fog. You have no idea where anything's at. All you know is a name, and the individual who introduced himself as Koth comes up to your group and offers to guide you to the lodging house for you.
Can I roll a perception check on him to see if he's like at least slightly legit, or if he's like
That would be an insight check, not a
Insight.
perception check. So
Yeah.
by all means,
Can I as well, or assist her?
yes. If you want to roll, you can roll an individual insight.
Okay. Cool.
natural 20 plus 5, 25.
Nice.
Oh, natural 1.
Tarvos, this guy could tell you the sky is green and the grass is blue, and you will believe him 110%.
I like this man.
Carragher, he seems genuine. He is coming across as a kind of genuinely happy to have customers, and it's despite some of the reactions you've received, this is actually kind of refreshing to see some nice hospitality coming out of an individual in a new place.
He's just a businessman. He's not like a snake oil salesman.
No, there's no real cringe vibe off of this guy. It's kind of a genuine hospitality to come and stay at his place of business.
Good. All right. I think we should follow him. I think we should be okay.
I will follow him anywhere he goes. He's a great man.
He
All
does.
right.
I trust him because we told the investigator, and I'm going off of that.
Yeah.
Say that again, Pearl.
I said that I'm going off of that we mentioned him with the investigator, and he nodded like it was nothing. So obviously he knows the guy, and so.
Yeah, it seems somewhat acquainted.
That's why I'm saying that's why I don't mind trusting him.
Well, I don't
All
trust anyone, so That's how I survived so long as a pirate.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
I'm kind of stretching a little bit behind him as we're walking. Like, obviously, you said it's been a really long day. We're following him.
Yeah.
Kind of keeping your hand on the pommel of the sword as we're
All right.
walking through this mist that you can't see very far.
I don't have to worry about that. These are my weapons.
All
All
right.
of us are
What
supposed
is the marching order?
Because I left
I
first.
don't like that.
I'm like right next to him.
So we have Koth and then Pearl. Who's next?
I'll go last.
You'll be last, Tarvos?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want
I'll be-
anybody to fall behind.
Yeah.
So.
I was like, I
I'd
feel like I'd be
first.
like, I'd be right in front of Tyros because I also kind of like, okay, let's go.
All right.
Kind of,
Bring everyone else in front of you.
yeah. I don't bring up the rear, but I kind of like. I was gonna say herding cats, but you actually
That's fair. That's fair. So, as you guys are kind of walking as a group, it's the dark and the mist and you see the lanterns are kind of lit, but the fog is surrounding them. As you go and as you pass, you pass several doors that are closed, lights out and whatnot. Arvos, your AC is
19.
19. Okay. You notice as you pass one of the doorways, you notice that there is You think you might catch something out of the corner of your eye, and then you feel the sharp pain of a dagger coming into your back.
Oh, okay.
And as you go to react and turn around, you see what appears to be the coachman from the coach that had darted off with a knife in his hand. You will take 10 points of piercing damage
Oof, okay.
from that strike.
Holy cow. Okay.
So
Okay. I'm not down yet, but yeah, okay. I'm close.
you feel it. It's
Oh, yeah.
he comes out, and then as he pulls the knife back, he starts to run in the opposite direction, away from you.
Do I get an opportunity attack because he's...
You certainly
Right
can
away?
try. You can certainly try.
I would love to.
Do we hear this? Do we know this happened? Like, did he?
Does
Tarvo,
he-
did you
Tar-
cry
like,
out or
Tar-
anything to-
grunt? Did we hear something like when you got?
How close? Depending, you guys would probably all be fairly close to keep inside of each other. You would probably notice the sound that Tarvos makes at feeling the knife come in, because it would be that guttural kind of.
Okay,
So-
so we turned. We would see him running away.
Yeah, you would turn
Okay.
as you stop and turn. You see this figure who looks like the coachman had stabbed Tarvos and is turning to run. Tarvos, make your opportunity attack, sir.
I'm going to try to grab his wrist and pull him towards me
Okay,
so that he can't run.
sir.
So what is it, just an athletics check or?
Yeah, that would be a grapple check, so an opposing strength.
Okay, cool. Come on, roll good. That's not good. It's not good at all. 1 second here. Sorry.
You're fine.
Skills. Come on, close. There we go. So for his 7.
You go and you reach out, and he just is a little too fast, and he is darting back.
How fast is he running?
He's going at about 30. He's using his he's going about 30 for this turn, and then as soon as because he's stabbed and now he's running, so his next turn he would be using his dash to continue on. But you're already starting, because as he's moving his 30 feet and you're reacting and seeing, he's already starting to get kind of enveloped in the mist as he runs away, and as you hear him call over his shoulder as he runs. I'm
Would I
sorry.
have time to chuck a dagger at him?
You can certainly
Attempt
try.
to throw something at him. To
You can
throw a
certainly
dagger
try.
at him? Okay.
Can I also cast a magic missile and aim it to his feet, like to try to topple him?
Oh, so you want to try and hit him with the magic missile and see if he stumbles?
Yes,
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
and specifically aim for his feet.
Okay. All right. Pearl, what were you trying to do? I think your voice was cutting out on me.
I was saying, can I use my feline agility to catch up to him?
You can certainly try.
Oh, this is getting interesting.
So we'll kind of go as this across. As Marvos, you had your opportunity.
Yep.
Carriage, you get to
Okay.
throw your knife. So throw your knife. Roll for attack.
17.
Nice.
17 will hit. Roll damage.
1d4. Four.
4 points of damage.
Do I get to choose where it hits him?
No.
I was gonna say aim for the shoulder.
I was right in the butt. Whoa.
Oh, that would be a good one. He said, "Coach, he wouldn't be able to sit." See, I was thinking like tactical. If you get his shoulder, he's not gonna be able to be a coach. But he wouldn't be good at stuff. But you're
Quite
like,
possibly. Quite possibly. All right. Yuvia, you were going to cast the magic missile, and you were going to attempt to trip him up.
Yep.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything? Because
No,
usually-
magic missile is a guaranteed hit.
Uh-huh.
So I'm
Nice.
going to roll a acrobatics
Oh.
Oh,
to see if he does stumble at the impact. Yep, that's a natural 20 plus his bonus. So he takes the hit. It kind of sidesteps a little bit and kind of takes it in stride and keeps going. Your feline agility, you're trying to catch up. Your feline agility.
In front of me right now.
Huh?
How many feet is he in front of me right now? Like
I would say 30 feet and going. So,
all right, then feline agility. That's 60 feet altogether.
okay, so you catch up to him. What do you do? And what do you do when you catch up to him?
Attack.
All right, go and roll for attack.
Attack first, double-handed with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
and good. Sorry. The magic missile damage is 7 force
Okay.
damage.
Sounds good.
Sheesh. That's an 11 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
All right, and now let's see. I know I can do unarmed strike. So with my bonus action, I'll do an unarmed strike. Is a 16 to hit.
16 will hit. Roll damage.
All right, that's a 4. It actually doesn't fall off the table, and that is 5 damage.
Okay.
God, I should use sneak attack. I forgot. Darn it. I'm learning the rogue.
That
Well,
works.
There was no friendly next to him at the time. So.
No, there wasn't. Oh, nice. All right. So on his next turn, he disengages and continues to dart away from you, Pearl.
That would be an opportunity attack.
No.
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 Oh yeah, he
You disengage.
Uses his disengage and moves instead of the dash. So he now moves additional 30 feet
Yep.
into the mist. And as he's escaping, he's calling back. He's like, "You are meddling things that are none of your affair. You are all marked for death."
You started this.
This would not be the first time I have been marked for death. Please
So,
bring it to me.
Pearl, what do you do? You continue to chase?
If I can catch up to him, I'll do it again.
Remember, your feline agility can't
know
be.
that. I'm just saying, with him running 30 feet forward and I can run 30 feet forward,
You can continue the chase if you want to continue the chase.
Yeah, if I can get another hit in, I'm gonna do it.
All right. You continue to chase. Next round, he's continuing to go. And if after another, so
Do I get a chance to actually? Do I get an actual chance to swing at him when I'm chasing after him, or no?
yes, on the next turn, because he would be using his disengage again to try and continue moving. So you would not get the opportunity to attack, but if you wish to try and make some kind of attack on him, you can certainly do that.
It's like when I run up to him, I want to attack. Yes, he'll get another disengage, but I want to at least try and attack him one
Okay.
time.
Go ahead.
All right. And that is a 20 to hit.
That will hit. Roll damage.
All right. 8. 4 plus 3. So that would be 7 damage.
Okay.
And my unarmed strike,
Okay.
which is a 21 to hit.
Okay.
I can keep it on the silly table. There. 3, so that'll be 7 damage.
All right. Continues to take it and is going to continue to run.
At this moment, how far he is from Ilvia?
At this point, they are over 60 feet away from you and completely obscured by the mist.
Yeah, because you guys
Uh,
didn't check with us.
Can
Yeah,
I move
not-
for? Can I
Come
chase
back.
with?
Can't
Oh,
see.
hold on. Gotta let somebody talk, and then because otherwise you're talking over each other, and I can't pick it out what's going on. Andy, go ahead. Say that. Tell me again.
Okay. Can Ilvia try to chase him like 30 feet forward, and then is it within 60 feet?
Yes, if you move up, then it would be just inside the 60-foot range. What is it you want to try and do?
Okay. I will try to cast command on him.
Command or comment?
Yeah. Command.
Okay.
And I will command him to halt.
Okay. What's the DC?
Wisdom save 13.
You call it out, but he does not stop. He continues to go. Carragher, what is it you wanted to try? What is it you were trying to do?
I don't want everyone to. Where is everyone? How close are we?
Oh,
to-
right now Koth, yourself, and Tarvos are still together. Yulia has moved 30 feet down the way to try and get a range on the coachman and to try the spell. The coachman and Pearl, from your position, are getting to be about 90 feet, continuing, and you have lost sight of them.
Okay, so that's a problem.
Yeah.
We need to not get away from each other in a city we are not familiar with, where we can only see 6 feet, and we're already under suspicion. Because Korth saw the guy.
Yeah,
running
he saw
away, right?
he's kind of in that panic. Even Titus with you is Titus is there, but he's just kind of you know.
But I guess the question is I'm asking is that the point is that someone other than someone in our direct party saw that.
Yes, he saw. He
we
did
were
see.
engaged by
He did see the
someone.
attack,
Okay.
and
Just
he's
a witness then.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's a witness
inspector.
that you were attacked, and at this point, now Pearl is continuing the chase. Top of that next one, he is continuing to go. Pearl, do you continue to chase?
Did I could I hear him shout out? Like, can I tell that he's getting closer? Uvia? Uvia?
You heard the shout, but the shout is behind you, so
I'm
you're
just saying, can I tell that he's following me? Because if he's following me, I'll keep going. Because that way I know I at least have one other person with me.
well. The thing is you can't see him behind you.
Oh, I know I can't see.
The mist has obscured, so if she continues to chase, then possibly. But the coachman is still going. So do you continue to chase?
Can I call them to come back?
You might want to, because
Call
I
out them,
want to chase him.
Stop, you need to come back. Don't.
All right, Pearl, go ahead and give me a perception check real quick.
While that's happening, can I pop one of my potions of healing
Sure can.
and suck it back so I don't die?
Yep.
Thanks. 2d4 plus 2.
That would be an 18.
So yes, you do hear Carragher shouting to have you guys come back to the group and to not go rush. Well, Carragher, what do you tell them? What are you shouting?
Go ahead, shout out.
Well, to stop and come back, because you don't know where you're going. We cannot see you. You need to come back.
Fine.
Basically, logically, you have no idea where you're going. He could be leading you into a trap.
Right. I'm going straight right now. That's
Okay.
the direction I'm going. But I'm walking back while I'm talking about this.
Go ahead and because as he was going, he was starting to dart through streets, so it's kind of a winding path.
So we weren't going straight. You didn't tell me that. See,
I was getting there. It was like there was enough line of sight for Yulia to cast the spell, and then he was kind of out of it. But you're gonna have to navigate your way back in the fog. So I'm gonna need you to roll.
3 different directions.
Huh?
You did not tell me he was weaving.
I'm telling you in the
Now
chasing.
that I'm already lost.
And I'm still gonna, even if you had gone in a straight line, you'd still have to roll. I'm still gonna make you roll a survival to be able to follow that voice back to the group because the fog is thick. It is at night, and all there is a few streetlights. You're the one who rushed off.
Sylvia, do you have anything?
Alright, what am I
Can
rolling?
you cast light for her to find you?
There's the streetlights that are kind of lighting the way, but this is more or less the adrenaline of the moment. She chased, and now she has to find her way back. Yulia is not that far away, so Yulia has a better chance of backtracking.
Well, and that's
And
what
I
I'm asking. Could she cast light on something so that she could be a beacon for her to come back to her?
All
Do you
right.
that be something you could do?
Well, before we hear Pearl's result, Yulia, what do you wish to do about that suggestion?
I mean, Ilya don't know about pro locations, and she just stopped, and she just heading back.
Okay, so she turns around and head back. Pearl, what was the result of that survival check?
I-
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
No, I think it's funny. That's a 20.
Awesome.
Can I tap
wow.
my quarterstaff on the ground just to kind of give them a location of where we are?
Yeah.
Just so they're not. I mean, it's tuk, 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 tuk.
Yeah, I mean,
Every
it's
5 seconds, I'll just tuk, 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 tuk.
it's kind of a repetitive signal. Pearl.
Yeah.
And after a little bit, Pearl comes back, slightly out of breath, but a little frustrated.
That's them.
But
Why didn't you come with me? We could have gotten him.
Because
The
it's
next
the
time,
finish,
let's
and
chase
we're-
him as a party.
and we don't know where we are.
You want him to stab us in the back again? Fine.
Well,
This is a possible that he's not alone. We can get ambushed.
Yes. Please try not to get lost in the mists. It would be a difficult thing for us to find you.
I was perfectly fine. I got back just fine.
I understand, but next time, please, try not to get lost in the mists. I appreciate it. Thank you.
We don't want curiosity to kill the cat.
That's actually a good point.
I'm sorry. I was holding it back. I
no, that's
get inside.
for all you watching the chat, make sure you're catching those clips because she is gold when it comes to this material. I'm telling you.
Well, I can't say I'm not playing my part well.
No, you're right.
I'm setting her right up for those.
I'm a witty pirate. Come on. I'm used to it.
Yeah.
I live by my wits.
Kind of have to.
Exactly.
Alrighty.
So is Tavros good? You took a potion, so you're okay.
I got 7 hit points back, so I'm up to 11. I'm
Okay.
fine for now.
You're better.
Just in case anybody stabs me again.
Again.
That's fair. All right. So as you kind of collect, Toth is understandably a little shaken up. He is an individual who grew up in this city, so for him, this is kind of one of the things he's seen. He's seen attacks or heard of attack, or hasn't really seen, but he's heard of attacks happening, and is just he's just like, you know what, we should head to the lodging house and find a safe space and get off the streets for the rest of the night. So he kind of ushers you in, and after a few minutes, you're able to get into the lodging house. He gets you set up with rooms. You're able to kind of take stock. Each of you get each of you get a room to stay in, and you're kind of able to kind of settle down and get some rest, and then come back in the following morning. And while you're taking your long rest, we are going to take a very quick 5 to 10 minute break to kind of get up and stretch. The chase kind of pushed that over, so we're gonna real quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll finish out the second part of this. And of course, reminder, we are doing Extra Life, so support the kids. We are getting close to that $2,000 goal. We're at $1,678. So once we get to $1,750, the party will unlock their last major reward, which was a carryover from the charity stream we did back in August. So, bringing it back in, you guys have gone to the lodging house. Was put up for the night, following day, because obviously you were quite exhausted and tired from your travels and whatnot. It's probably about midday, give or take, when you guys come out of your rooms.
Can we take a long rest?
Yes. Did take a long rest. You have regained all of anything that has been expended.
Excellent.
Is it you wish to do? The day is yours right now.
Well, we're supposed to stay where he can find us pretty well. I think I'm going to ask around the inn about, try and figure out how to find this item. Not exactly sure even how to ask, honestly.
It's kind of a lodging house, so people tend to stay there to sleep, and when they wake up, there's a chance for something, and then they tend to go about their daily business outside of the lodging house. So there's not many, there's a couple of staff there, but as far as guests, most of them are out doing whatever.
Why don't I'll try to talk to one of the staff then.
Okay.
Okay.
You see staff members there. It's a nice kind of friendly elderly woman. She's kind of in the kitchen area cooking a few things. Oh, dearie, are you hungry?
Oh yes, definitely.
Oh, what would you? And she pulls out. I just made some pies. Would you like a pie?
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I was kind of curious about this town. I've never been here before, and I was curious if there was anything unique about this town.
I wouldn't know if there's anything unique. I mean, it's got its fair bit of hustle and bustle. Some of the gentlemen talk about the things they do in their clubs, and some random talkings of different technologies, trying to get rid of horse and buggy. It's a ludicrous thing.
Interesting.
But there
I
are.
didn't know anything that stood out about this town. Events that happen once a year or multiple. You get what I'm trying to say.
Roll a persuasion check.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna come down and have some breakfast.
Okay.
I'll order some.
She says, "My, you're a big one." She kind of looks up. I think you look a little thin. You need 2 pies. She gives you 2 pies. Okay. And then it's like you go to dig in. They're like a meat pie. So it's very good, very very tasty.
Okay. I don't know, so.
Okay, that's a 12. Sorry. Pies will never be the same again.
I know.
I got a 12 on that persuasion.
Okay. She kind of looks at you and doesn't seem to, but she does. It's like, well, I mean, we have the usual holidays that everyone celebrates. The end of the year, the start of a new year, the gift giving, the feasting holidays, the founding holiday. It's just run of the mill. I mean, I'm sure you've seen things like that where you're from. I mean, but.
Yes, of course there's holidays from where we're from. Thank you.
Okay. So.
But I doubt I'm going to be able to word it without giving away what I'm looking for, so. I haven't figured out how I want to word it yet.
I was going to say, I was working on that too. Can I
know, right?
Down the stairs because I smell something.
And
Very excited for
you
breakfast.
smell this aroma of these pies. I mean, there's the meat pies, and then there's even a little hint of like an apple or some type of fruit based pie. As there, you see Tarvos is sitting there, just happy, kind of working his way through one of them. Has got another one right there. You see Pearl sitting there with one, and she actually does give Pearl a kind of a glass of milk.
Yay!
So she's able to have have a little bit of milk. It's definitely not something you would find in like a drinking house, but at a table in a kitchen, it's a little more at home. And you see this kind of squat little, it's kind of elderly, middle-aged elderly woman there. She's very friendly. She sees you, goes, dearie, what would you like for breakfast?
Some of that pie looks good.
Oh, very well. And she reaches and sets you up with a pie and offers you a drink to go with your pie, and kind of friendly. And she's going about doing her, keeping the kitchen cleaning up from that, still working on like some biscuits or some type of bread that she's going to be cooking throughout the day.
I'm gonna look over in character and go, the pie is so delicious. The meat is fresh.
It's so good.
If you come and enjoy the table,
And she sees, dearie. She kind of looks at the, she looks at so many, so, what kind of pie would you like?
what kind of pie do you have?
Well, we have some meat pies, although I think I may only have one left. And she kind of pats the shoulder of Tarvos, like, this one seems like he needs a little more meat, so we want to make sure he's a growing boy. Plenty of there. And but I do have some apple and some blueberry pies.
All right. So can I get one slice for each pie?
Of course. So she goes and she cuts you a slice of apple and blueberry pie and sets it down in front of you and offers you a drink to go with your pie. So you guys are eating pies and having drinks and kind of just a nice relaxing kind of thing. The hospitality you're getting from this woman, it's definitely a stark contrast to how you were treated by some of the residents, some of the passerbys on the street the night before.
You said that is she like grandma-ish age, or like is she
In
like
there, she's got that vibe of that motherly persona, someone who's just naturally kind of friendly and hospitable. Is one of those. It's like believes in the whole thing. It's like, if I'm not, it's being nice is the best way to go. There's no reason to be angry and upset at anyone.
So as I'm eating, I want to say, Auntie, these pies are fantastic. Thank you. They are great.
It's always appreciated.
Something we've noticed, I don't know what it is, but the town is very on edge. Is there something that's going on that has the residents worried more so than usual?
She kind of takes us. It kind of gives you, it kind of sits there and tells you, it's like, no, I mean, there's always the local gossip. I mean, there's nothing, just enjoy your pie, dear.
What kind of local gossip? We are new, as my friend mentioned, and we would like to learn about the city that we are in.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion.
Can I roll an insight on her?
Yes, you may.
Yeah, because the inspector says it's dangerous, and she's saying it's
perfect.
not. Yeah.
Earl, you had your hand up. What is it you want to try and do?
Oh,
No, he's nice to me.
That'd be a natural one.
Me too.
Yay! Oh no.
I'm sorry, I have to ask. Do you guys still have any inspiration or advantage options left?
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're trying to get people to donate for Extra Life, and by all means, you're making a great case for them to donate to Extra Life, just to give you guys some better dice rolls.
Wow.
So close to that 1700 mark. 1750, and you get a D12 inspiration to use for moments like this.
Can I use the advantage that I had?
Yes, you may.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to use it.
Yeah. I want to use my advantage on this.
Try that again.
It's a little bit better.
Oh God. What a 3.
Got
It's not a 1.
Wow.
Oh,
Spectacular.
Double nats ones. Oh my gosh.
Good lord.
I got a 15.
Oh no. So good.
What did you get, Carragher?
What was that again? That was a perception?
That was a persuasion.
Persuasion.
Tarvos was trying to get insight. As far as he is just like these pies are great. Everything's great. I'm happy. Happy. He finishes the first pie and starts diving into the second one.
Yeah, I got a
friendly to her and happy to her. Can I look at insight too, or
Yes,
is
you
that
may.
Okay?
You may roll an insight if you wish. Tarvos is distracted by the pies.
15.
Okay.
That's what I got. Yep.
You both got a 15. All right. Pearl, at hearing Carragher's question and seeing Auntie's response, you kind of feel like she doesn't trying to keep that positive persona up, not as part of being a good hostess. You don't want to see your guests are there.
Good intentions, but
yes, the intentions are there, but you could tell there's something kind of that she's not saying. And as you kind of eye her about that, and Carragher asks a little more intently on the question, she looks about. She's, I'm not one to talk, but it seems things are a little. It seems there's been a murder last night, and the buzz so far has been that the murder. This is happening again. Every decade or so there's murders, and it's a very scary time. People tend to just get all kinds of crazy concerned and panicky. It's but please enjoy the pie. We don't want to deal with that here. We don't. And so she's like not wanting to go on to any negative conversation. She wants to keep things happy and positive.
Help you. You are nice to me. I would like to help you. Anything I can do to stop this problem.
I'm not sure what you can do to stop the problem, but I mean, if you're willing to help, there's always going and getting some things for the things from the markets and whatnot. I'm not. These things tend to happen about midnight every night, so as long as you're indoors and not on the streets about midnight, then you should be fine.
Thank you for the information.
I will ask her, what do you know about Inspector Logan?
Inspector Logan. She takes a moment and thinks about that, and before I answer that question, we did get another $15 donation to Extra Life, so you guys get another chance to roll advantage on a dice roll when you feel it is appropriate to do that. So thank you in the chat. Thank you for that support.
Gonna need it.
And now we have crossed $1,700 raised for Extra Life. So we are working there. We are working that way. We got to get to that $2,000 goal, and then I've got to come up with something really cool to give you guys at $2,000, or whichever of my streams. Maybe a magic weapon of some type. Who knows? Got 2 D&D games, so it could happen on either one. If it happens on your stream, then you get one thing. If it happens on the other one, then it happens there. So. But yeah, it's for the kids. For the kids.
I was gonna say either way. Absolutely.
Gotta help the kids in the children's hospitals who have to go through especially right now with pandemic crazy.
Oh my God, yes.
But back to the question. I digress. All right. So Inspector Logan. Question of Inspector Logan. She looks at you and she thinks it's like, look. Ah, yes, such a nice young man. He's works with the constabulary. He's a good egg. He's a good egg.
How long has he been in the inspector for the town?
It's actually a city.
City. I apologize.
You've got something in the neighborhood of 8,000 people. City. So
how long has he been the inspector for the city?
He's been one of the inspectors for many years. He's always seemed very nice and sociable. We've had very nice and sociable whenever we've come across. This happens to be his district that he's in charge of.
Okay.
Was he inspector last time? Something happened?
She said she stopped. She thinks for a moment. It's like, I know he's with the constabulary, but I couldn't tell you if he was an inspector at the time.
Okay.
Pearl, if you're on mute and trying to talk, I can't hear you.
Nope, it's just cutting.
Okay.
Hey, Tavros, you seem enjoying your pie so much. Can I try some? You can try mine if you want.
I would love to. What kind of meat is this? It's wonderful.
She sits there and looks at you, and it's like, just whatever's lying about. I mean, cow, pig, rat, dog. It's all about how you prepare it.
Where's the owl?
I think maybe the butcher had some wolf in recently. I'm not sure.
Ooh. Various spices. I like that.
I'm trying to ignore the comments in chat because I want to laugh. But yes, she's very proud of her cooking, and as you can tell, it's like you really can't tell what kind of animal it came from, but it's roasted and cooked. It's just
Tastes like what my mom used to make. Very strange.
Soylent Green.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Great reference. Charlton can't go wrong there.
That being said.
So, Auntie, is there anyone besides the inspector who might have been around the last time?
Trying to find a way to know what's causing this.
Just so we kind of know what's going on, and we don't want to trouble you with this. You are what you are doing, and you are the best hostess possible. Just want to, and I know this isn't a subject that you are very much a fan of. Is there another person we could possibly chat with so we don't bring down your spirit?
She kind of reaches up and kind of gives you that little squeeze on the cheek. You're such a good dearie. I've seen it's as long as I've been since I was a little girl, that this is probably the third time I've heard of this. I remember when I was a little girl, and then again when I was a bit younger, and they've never figured out what causes it. It happens for about 5 nights, and then everything's quiet for another 10 to 13 years, and then it happens again.
What happens?
Some women are murdered, and then it seems everything goes away. And things get quiet again.
Is it only women that are killed, not men?
Far as I've heard, because it's been one of those things as ladies shouldn't go out unescorted, which is seeing such a big man like you, and keeping these ladies safe. That's why I want to make sure you can be there in case, because escorting 3 ladies, that's a feat. Even your other companion who's here, especially right now. So she's doing that, and then she's trying to coats over. Would you like something else? There's still the fruit pies, and so she wanting to give you more food to fatten you up.
He probably has a pretty big appetite, so.
I would say so.
Yeah. Something I was going to ask, but I don't remember what it was. Okay, go ahead. Okay. I'll figure it out.
You mentioned there's where the men like to gather and gossip, right?
Yeah, there's the people would gather gossip. In kind of this time period and this kind of environment, there'd be places called like gentlemen's clubs that would be where it's only men would gather and have drinks and smoke and those kinds of things. And women have their own things. keeping in line that this is kind of a Victorian themed kind of area. While you do see a lot of races and a melting pot of the races, certain things are just kind of the way that community is. What's the word I'm looking for?
That was the culture back then.
Thank you. Societal norms of the time is what I was trying to say. So there would be those types of things, which is why you see that in the fact that women always, when women step out, they wear hats or something to cover their head. Men have the top hats and whatnot.
Are there any similarities in the women that are killed? Maybe they had perhaps the same hair color or same height, for instance.
She doesn't. She doesn't have an answer for that one. No. It's just young women, alone, out on the streets and it happens about midnight. So there's not much else you could say to that. Again, and at any further information she would give you would be all kind of gossip and hearsay, because this is 5 nights done. Things are very quiet for 10 to 13 years.
Hard to
and for her, and in her lifetime, she has seen this happen 3 times. Once she was a young little girl, once she was an adolescent, and then now it is that 3rd time at her age.
Auntie, you mentioned that you might need us to pick up some things from the market that could be helpful. Could we? Do you have that list that we could go do that?
Yeah, she gives you a list and kind of gives you a rough breakdown of where to go to pick up some basic things like some eggs and some flour, just simple kind of baking needs, because they do a lot. She does a lot of baking and some stuff for making like soups and stews and things like that. Nothing very, very kind of simple and stuff that could be made to feed the amount of people who are in there. So she gives you that list and kind of lets you go about doing your shopping.
Okay. So I was
maybe after we meet this Inspector Logan. Carriger.
Tavros and Titus, maybe later on you can go to the gentleman's club and get some information maybe.
And I was thinking we could go to the market and talk.
And maybe even run into some other ladies, maybe.
Yes.
So,
did Inspector...
Go ahead, of course. No, please.
Did Inspector Logan told us what time he will meet us in this inn?
He did not say a particular time that he would meet you, just that he wanted to make sure he knew where you were.
And not to leave the city.
Yes, and not to leave the city.
So we are following instructions, and we are being useful.
And you do have a place that you can be called upon.
And we could always leave a note if we needed it to say this is where we went.
So yeah, Auntie, did you kind of converse a little bit with Auntie, and so she's aware in case Inspector Logan does come to call on you.
Yeah, sure.
And whatnot. So it's kind of that again, that kind of the way those boarding houses, kind of lodging houses, kind of were. So she gives you a list, and you guys kind of split off because it's daytime, so to speak, because now you know a rough time and whatnot to kind of plan. And with that, that is where we will end for tonight, because it is almost 10 o'clock. And we want to make sure when we come and do this, we can spend a little bit of time talking one side or the other and see what happens.
Yes.
All right, so we'll do kind of a quick mod so that we can see everybody here. I had to turn off some of the overlay stuff, but that's okay. So yeah, post-session kind of chit-chat. What did y'all think? Questions, comments, concerns? Any other questions that came in from the chat for how we're doing and how things are going? So what did you guys think of the session tonight?
It was fun. It was good. It was the investigation. The game is afoot.
The game's afoot.
There you go. I had fun running after the guy. I mean, I thought I was doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Lasted all nothing, I was doing good.
We have a comment from Titus. Thought for sure Pearl was going to be killed in the mist.
I was pretty, yeah.
There's been quite a few times where I started walking off or yelling or something. I'm like, I'm totally gonna kill myself. I'm totally gonna. But I'm like, this is what Pearl would do. She's that's her. She just runs off. I can't help it. That's what she does.
How did you survive in the monastery? Oh, that's right. It's enclosed. You couldn't wander away too much.
Exactly. I couldn't.
Oh, true.
It works. That's the thing. I've been in a monastery this whole time. I haven't been out in the world.
Oh, there we
I
go.
I traveled with my family all wandered with me. I'm used to them following me, or we all follow together. We all wander. You guys didn't follow me. I don't know what's wrong with you.
You said herding cats.
Quite literally. All right, so some comments about, tying a bell to Pearl so we can always find her.
I was gonna say, is there some sort of
And then I would
is there some sort of finder spell, like when you lose your phone or your keys and you can like find it? Swoop, boop, you like
I think you're still a few hundred years from GPS technology.
or like a tracking spell of some sort. Like we always so we can.
There are spells. There are ways to scry and look towards someone. There's also like sending using spells like message and whatnot to be able to send a message to another person that familiar with, so that they receive the message, and you can always add the little tidbit back. You can reply to this message, and it's the closest thing to cell phone reception that you're gonna find in D&D.
Or like sending stones or something. We need to hold this one.
Oh, you're right.
this
one.
Yes.
Yeah, the silvered amulet that recharges every day. That is another way to potentially.
I'm just telling you, if you've been following me, I'm gonna
I forgot about the amulet.
Looking the bell all the time. The
It'd be
bell would not be a good idea.
You would play with it. You would like sit there.
Yeah, like if this is the bell, I'd be like going like this the whole time, like just playing with it, look at it, like
And
that.
then you'd be like,
Yeah, we didn't even. So yeah, it's all good. So.